Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. As I started with Baby, I am going to be doing for every premium character, and I do count an EZA as a premium character. It's just like, if it's like a world tournament, card, or like a, free-to-play, you grind it out, or something to that effect, I won't do it. But if you have to summon for the card, I do think it's fair for me to start, or good, however you want to phrase it. I want to keep doing like 55% calcs as well. Now, just in general, they will be separate, but especially when you have a character like Super 17, who actually took me I don't know about necessarily the longest to calc in general, but I definitely had the most pages of calcs. So, with that being said, I did obviously get the breakdown as well as the rainbow calcs out earlier. Now, just real quick here, I think Super 17 is going to be pretty decent. He's definitely going to be better than he was on release. But, like, this is so fucking stupid. Right here. What the fuck is this condition? They put GT bosses here, but it's not here. Like, Amatsu, buddy, hey, can we not? Can we not? Like, you can still get this on Omega's team fairly easily, honestly. But it messes with, like, the team sort of order, and he's designed wonkily, which means, all the characters that have, like, wonky designs, wacky designs, usually tend to age out pretty quickly, unfortunately. So I think he's going to be pretty decent in the meta we're in. There's definitely going to be a bit of RNG with how good he gets, with this great chance. But I think he's going to be pretty decent for the meta we're in. And going into next year, we'll see. But yeah, so just real quick here, I'm going to scroll up to the top. I did already get this out. If you want to look at these in depth, you can in the other one. But I just wanted to highlight this portion here real quick. I did, point this out in the last one. His buffs are weird, which I was just talking about. So for the calcs, right, I decided it'd be best to calc him under like full GT bosses, or target Goku, or androids. That's one sort of scenario, right? And the other one, I was like, okay, you can get the target Goku android buff while also being on, Omega's team, but you'd have to miss out on one of the 50% stats right here, right? Because you can get up to 150 because it counts himself, and it's not it doesn't count, which it's not like, okay, Super 17's on all three categories, so it's 150% plus what everyone else has. Like, it's not, because it's depending on which category has more members, so it's only counting whatever has the most, right? So you're missing out on 50%, so you only get 100% instead of 150 from there. However, this is more than worth to have to do that. But I wanted to point that out at the beginning here. So if we scroll back down on here, I do think he's pretty decent. Now, we'll have to see if he gets any sort of special defensive equips. My guess would be he will not. EZA LR Golden Frieza did not. And, Baby got the sort of special 10th anniversary mission equips, like Go Frieza, Gogeta got, as well as the Wrath Broly got. So I'm going to presume he will not get any special equips. So, we'll see with the data download, though. It should probably be tonight. Maybe it'd be tomorrow. I think, no, it should definitely be tonight. Super 17 should come out tomorrow night, technically, about in a day and a half, roughly. So as we go through here, right, this is the 3 ally buff version. Now, obviously, I do show, like, if you're just running full GT bosses in general, but you don't have to target Goku, Android. But realistically, you're probably going to be more along, like, this territory. Well, I guess, I don't know, because he is on the Baby 220, right? So you'd probably look more like this on Baby's lead. But if you're on Omega's lead, obviously, you're going to be more around here, right? So I'd say this is pretty decent. if you're on Omega, because you have 71% damage reduction. Now over here, you have 51% damage reduction, right? So it's a pretty big difference. He doesn't have guard. Well, actually, technically, you don't even have. Correction. You only have the 17% damage reduction with this, right? So this actually is 54% damage reduction. This is 34% damage reduction. So he's like so weirdly designed because like to run him effectively, essentially, I guess is the best way to phrase this. He has to be on Omega's team to look the best. However, he does not work the best next to Omega. I mean, they have GT, but you're going to be losing Shadow Dragons as well as Big Bad Bosses on Omega to run this guy. So, I mean, it's just a question of, do you think it's worth it, I guess? You know, do you want to run the full, like, Shadow Dragon, GT, Big Bad Bosses setup? Or, you know, do you... If you really like Super 17, like, he can look crazy. And I mean, with the extra support Omega's going to give him and the domain and everything, like, he will cook. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like they just designed him so weird. I would say, in my opinion, you know, I've had a little bit to digest what's the character's actually doing. I would say I think he's missing, like, one thing. Either this should have been, like, GT bosses as well. I think maybe he could have, like, here for every Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, give him, you know, make him give, like, extreme class allies get 10% attack and defense for 2 turns. Something like that. Right? Because he already wants to get Rainbow Key Spheres. Or, you know, over here, make him greatly raise defense for 1 turn on the 18 key. Just, I think one thing, he'd be really, really crazy. I think he's good. But I am worried he will age out fairly quickly. Now, thankfully, he should at least have a couple of months to thrive, I hope, given that we're at the end of the year. But that is the thing that I am worried about. We are at the end of the year. So while I don't expect any big meta shifts until 11th anniversary, with 11th anniversary, there may very well be a big meta shift. So he might, you know, fall off pretty quickly, unfortunately. And then as we keep going down here, right? I don't know. This is he's just weirdly designed in general. I think he's pretty good. Because I mean, this is essentially the final defense number you're gonna get up to. It's just, and this is also up here the final defense number you'll get up to even once you're fully built up. You know, once you're fully built up, it's just a bit more like streamlined, and your start of turn defense is gonna be higher. But I don't know. I feel like he could have been better. Because another thing is, right, if we just look at this, right, this is on Double Omega, obviously, with the Target Goku Android sort of category buff. Technically speaking, this is all you're guaranteed. Technically speaking. And what I mean by that is this is a great chance. So it's a matter of, do you get a Rainbow Key Sphere in general? Do you get 2 Rainbow Key Spheres? Do you succeed a great chance? Do you succeed both great chances? Do you proc the hidden potential? Do you proc the hidden potential normal or super, right? So it just, that's the sort of lens I'm looking at this through. It's like he has like 80 fucking checks to, I mean, he doubles his defense essentially from here to here, right? So he should be stronger if a lot of his defense is conditional, which it is. So like this is with 71% damage reduction, so he is good, right? But it's just when you don't run him next to Omega, I do have concerns. And Omega is goated, but Omega is also like a short content demon. And in my opinion, which, to be fair, I'm fine with this. You know, if Omega runs the game for, him and his team run the game for, you know, 7 months or 6 months or something, and then he starts to fall off, I think that's fair. But in my opinion, 11th anniversary, based off of all the 8th anniversary LRs that are going to EZA, are all stackers. I do think we're going to be heading into another long content meta, right? So, obviously Omega's going to fall off a bit with that. And then if Omega falls off, this guy falls off. So I don't know. I think he could have been much better. I think he's decent. I think he'll work really well. I think he's going to look pretty good. But I feel like the clock is already ticking, essentially, unfortunately. I mean, it is on every release, but for him especially, it feels a bit more dire to me. I don't know. He's going to be good right now, though. I do think so. So, yeah, there we go. Let me just scroll through these again real quick, and we'll end things here after that. I do think he's pretty good, but he could have been much better. I feel like he's just, once again, I feel like he's missing one thing that'd make him, like, really, really competitive. I think he's really decent, but he's missing something. I throw out a couple ideas, just one of those sort of things, actually getting defense on his 18 key, whether or not it's a stack or just one turn. I think either or would be fine. Getting support for the Rainbow Key Sphere. Hell, even making sure those additionals are just guaranteed supers, right? Making that fucking condition have GT bosses instead of just androids and target Goku. Like, one change, and I like him much, much better. But I think he's decent, but I don't know. It's just the fact that he was sort of, like, not the best on release that I really wanted him to be crazy. So, I don't know. I'm going to end this one here, though. There's the Calcs at 55%. Let me know what you're thinking of him. But I'm going to end this one here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.